This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, ho there, it's Josh Cutter. I'm welcoming you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy for this June the 23rd. And the birthday boy is another soccer player, as you can probably guess, and the second French soccer player in 3 days. This is Zizzou. Zizzou Mafante. Anyway, Zidane is now 49 years old. Can't believe he's not even 50 yet. Anyway, he was an attacking midfielder, and he once was coach of Real Madrid. He's one of the best players of all time because of his playmaking abilities and helping France win the '98 World Cup on home soil. He started his domestic career, with Cons, and then went to Bordeaux, and then Juventus, winning 2 Italian league titles. And then he moved to Real Madrid for the record fee of 77 million euros, which was unmatched for 8 years. Zidane would help Spain win many titles, including the Champions League in 2002. Zizzou was given 108 caps by the French, and he helped win the '98 World Cup for them and Euro 2000. Unfortunately, World Cup 2006 would be something of a mystery for him. I'll talk about that later. Zidane was actually the ambassador for Qatar's successful bid to stage the 2022 World Cup. Fuck off. He was responsible? I hope you know what you're getting yourself into, Zidane. Anyway, he began his head coaching career at the lower Real Madrid stuff, and would take first team in 2016. In his 2.5 years, he helped Real win the Champions League 3 straight times, won the UEFA Super Cup and the Club World Cup twice. So it's La Liga. So anyway, he had a great career and all that. He would start with Cannes and then Bordeaux, and would help Bordeaux do decently, taking second place in the UEFA Cup. In fact, he nearly went to England to play for Blackburn. But the club owner said, why do we want Zidane when we have Tim Sherwood? Newcastle had a chance to get him. But then he decided to go to Juventus, which is a very good team and all that. He was part of the Juventus squad that got crushed in the Champions League final by Borussia Dortmund in '97. Juventus would go back to the Champions League the following year, but lost to Real Madrid. In 2001, he actually joined Real Madrid for a lot of money. Fixed exchange rate, 77 million euros. So anyway, Zidane would help Real Madrid win the Champions League. Not only that, but his amazing folly in the game against Bayer Leverkusen at Hampden Park in Glasgow was one of the most iconic strikes in Champions League history. It's up there with Gareth Bale's Thunderbolt and those couple of overhead kicks that have been around the past few years. But yeah, his goal was amazing. So that would help Real Madrid win La Liga, and he did pretty good for himself. Internationally, France and Algeria consider Zidane a citizen. Now, Algeria wanted him to play for their country, but because he already played for France, he would have been ineligible to play for that. Cantona was Eric Cantona was really the French star and the playmaker in the mid-'90s for France. But once he got in trouble for that kung fu kick on the Crystal Palace fan, basically Zidane took over. France got to the semifinals of Euro 96. Zidane was not fully established, but he did score in the penalty shootout in the quarters and semis. Sadly, though, the semi shootout was a loss to the Czech Republic. And Zidane would play in his home country of France for the World Cup. France was 3-0. Unfortunately, in the second match against Saudi Arabia, he got red carded because he stomped on a player. France would play the round of 16 without Sudan. They'd still be Paraguay, although it took a golden goal to do that. Laurent Blanc, if memory serves me right. And anyway, he returned in time to play against Italy in the quarterfinals. It went to penalties, and France won on penalties. Sudan did get the penalty kick. France would beat Croatia in the semifinals, and Sudan had not scored in the World Cup at that time. I mean, he lost a few games because of suspension. So anyway, Sudan would help France take on Brazil in the '98 World Cup final, and Zizzou came up aces. He scored 2 goals, both from corner kicks taken. So France won 2-0. They scored again late in stoppage time to win 3-0. Sudan was a national hero. Then he played for the 2000 Euro 2000. France would be trying to become the first team since West Germany in '72 and '74, respectively, to have both the World Cup and Euro. He would only score twice in that tournament, but he scored the golden goal in the semifinal against Portugal with a penalty kick. He was named player of the tournament, despite the fact that I think it's Trezeguet. But anyway, he knew he was at peak of his powers. And then France were heavy favorites to go back-to-back with World Cups in 2002 back in Japan and Korea. But Sudan actually got hurt because of a thigh injury. I didn't know this, that Sudan was hurt. I know France's terrible 2002 World Cup campaign, but I didn't know that he was injured for the first 2. And basically France fell apart without him. He was rushed back for the 3rd game, but France was eliminated. They didn't even score 1 goal. Anyway, Euro 2004, France were the best of their group. They took care of England and Switzerland in the group stage, but then got taken out of the quarters by Greece, of all countries. Sudan would score 2 goals against the English. But anyway, yeah. Sudan decided to retire. But because of veteran players not being around, France almost missed the 2006 World Cup by qualifying. So basically, Sudan had to come out of retirement and was reinstated team captain. And France went from 4th to 1st in their qualifying group. France had a slow start to the World Cup. Sudan would score and take an assist against Spain. In the quarterfinal, France took Brazil to the limit, and Brazil could only muster 1 shot on goal. Zizzou was actually the man who assisted Thierry Henry's goal that won the game. France beat Portugal in the semifinal, and again, Zizzou got a penalty kick goal against Portugal. Everyone knew that Zidane decided to retire from Real Madrid and the French national team in the 2006 final. It was an interesting game, 1-1. Zizzou scored the first goal of the game on a penalty, and Marco Materazzi scored off of the corner to tie the game. Who knew those 2 guys would be butting heads, in a sense, to the end? But, yeah, he freaking head-butted Materazzi. Now, I'm not condoning this, but Materazzi did kind of have it coming because of the fact that he wanted Sudan's shirt at the end of the match. Sudan says, well, I want your shirt. I'll give it to you at the end of the match. I'd rather have your whore of a sister. He got hit, and he was mad. And all that. He was the 4th player red carded in the World Cup final. And, of course, that led to trouble as the penalty shootouts were beckoned, and their best penalty kicker was on the bench for a red card. Italy won, obviously. A lot of people were angry and all that. However, the French public forgave him for his actions, in a sense. Anyway, Zidane would become a coach and all that for Real Madrid, helping Real Madrid do pretty well for himself. So yeah. And then Zidane just left Real Madrid just a month ago. So okay. But anyway, he was an icon. He's in popular culture, I guess, for that. I guess because of the headbutt and all that. Zizzou's an icon. Zizzou met his future wife Veronica Fernandez, who was born of Spanish descent while playing for Cons. They married in '94 and had 4 sons: Enzo, Luca, Teo, and Elise. Weird. Man, a Spanish person. Anyway, he would score 90. He would score 125 goals in his domestic career with Cons, Bordeaux, Juventus, and Real Madrid. Internationally, he would score 31. As a manager, he did pretty well. He's done pretty well. 62% in his career. 200 wins, 70 ties, 50 losses. So anyway, his accomplishments: 2-time Italian League champion with Juventus, twice going to the UEFA Champions League but final, 97-98, but losing. Going to the Intercontinental Cup in Japan and winning. That's not bad. Then with Real Madrid, he won La Liga in 2003, Champions League in 2002, and the Intercontinental Cup in 2002. With France, he would be a World Cup champion and a Euro champion, and would get many awards for his stuff. As manager, he won 2 La Ligas, 2017 and 2020, 2 Super Cups, the UEFA Champions League in 16, 17, and 18. Man, 3 straight. That's freaking amazing. The UEFA Super Cup twice and the Club World Cup twice. So yeah, icon. However, he has had some records that you don't really want to know. But he has scored. He shares with Pele, Vava being Brazilian, and Jeff Hurst the most goals scored in the finals, in the World Cup final, with 3. He scored twice in '98 and once in 2006. But he received 2 red cards in a World Cup. Not the same year, but overall. Only one person, Rigobert Song of Cameroon, has that. But anyway, yeah, he's done okay. He's the only player in history to win the World Cup and Euro champion, being named best player of both competitions. Yeah, that's true. Yep. It's amazing how good of a footballer he was. You know, even as a manager. I mean, why is he leaving Real Madrid? I mean, I guess their glory days are over. But man, 3 straight Champions League final championships as a manager. I'm pissed off at Zizzou. But anyway, I think he's still a great player. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.